So, you like watching this video to find out how to use this camera? Well, the Canon DS126621 or the EOS 1300D or Rebel C6 or the Kiss X80. They're all the same camera really, but just different names under different markets. Anyway, you're welcome for that little fact. So in this video, I will talk about the whole camera and its functions, menus, etc. And I'm going to start with the sides. What you're looking at are the sides of the camera. So I included this part to show you the sides of the camera and what it does. So as you can see on the left side there is a HDMI, a mic, and a USB-B port. You can use the HDMI to stream the camera's digital screen to the TV. You can use the mic to replace the one on the camera. And obviously you can use the USB-B port to transfer your photos to a PC or whatever you want to use. And on the right, I think that's pretty obviously a grip. Also on the top of the camera, if you see the little loops, that's what you feed the line, like the strap, to wear around your neck. So that's all for the sides. Moving on to the bottom. So what you're looking at now is the bottom of the camera. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, so what you see in the middle is the tripod or gyro grip. It's down to whatever attachment you're using. The hatch on the right is for the battery and the SD card. I'll show you those right now. Might be a bit of a weird POV shift. The battery is the thing with the CE and the crossed out bin on it, and the SD card isn't there, so unlucky. But yeah, the SD card would go in the slot above. But that's all for the bottom. So this is the top of the camera, and I'm going to talk about it. So a diagram should appear. I'm going to start top to bottom. Okay, so starting off, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to point out the super obvious, like the take photo button or the on and off button. Anyway, the focus dial is used to take things into and out of focus in a photo. The zoom dial is self-explanatory, helps you zoom in or out. Take photo button takes the photo. Flash button activates flash for the next photo. Pretty cool, but you didn't see that coming. Anyway, the display change shows what you're seeing on the digital screen. The diopter adjustment dial is pretty cool, helps people with glasses use the camera without glasses. The viewfinder is what you look through to see what you're taking a photo of, and the speaker is used when you use the display change automatically. And lastly, the command dial is used to change the camera settings with presets or manually. I'll show you that now. So, this is the command dial. It has 14 different modes for you to put the camera onto, and what you're seeing is the command dial. And the little symbols are different presets made to help you take the photo without too much fiddling. AP stands for exposure, by the way. So starting at the start, M is manual exposure. It lets you select how it takes the photo fully, so no preset. AV is aperture priority AP. It lets you choose everything but the shutter speed. TV is shutter priority AP. It lets you choose everything but the f-stop, so just like the last one but backwards. P is programmed AP, and that chooses both aperture and f-stop, but lets you choose from different presets of them. Also, you have access to all the other stuff to do with the camera, like multi-shot. The A with a plus is Scene Intelligent Auto. It will analyze the scene and choose settings it believes would be the best. The lightning with the cross through it is the exact same as Scene Intelligent Auto, but with no flash. CA is Creative Auto, and it's basically a more customizable Scene Intelligent Auto, so you can change the blur and whatnot. Portrait is the person-like one, and it forces the camera's focus on something close rather than far. Landscape is the mountain-looking one, and what it does is puts everything in focus, both close and far. Close-up helps it focus on the thing you are close to, but if it goes blurry, then the lens you're using can't focus on something that close. Sport, which is the running man, has a fast shutter speed to capture things moving fast. Food, or the cutlery-looking one, changes the light to make it more warm and whiter, and also makes the scene more red, and also makes it brighter. Hope that made sense. Then movie mode helps you have the optimal options to make a video after using display change. But I think that's all for the top of the camera. Now it's time to move on to the front for one thing. So I'm showing you this to talk about how the flash works. So if you have pressed the flash button previously shown, then this will pop up, then the next photo you take will have flash. Also, the button next to the lens there, you can hold it to take off the lens. Anyway, pretty simple, right? So with that, we move on to the display. Okay, so this is the display, and I'm going to talk about the buttons and what they do. So you're probably going to be looking at variations of this photo for a while. So basically, the top right is the zoom buttons, obviously, and all the other top buttons I've already explained, so you can just go back if you're wondering what they do. So the thing next to the viewfinder is display change, by the way. I don't think I got a clear enough photo last time. Okay, so onto the circle of doom. I guess there's a lot to talk about. So the AV/plus and the minus and bin all have different uses. So like, when you're in movie mode, you can hold down that button, then mess with the dial just below the photo taker button to change the exposure, which affects the brightness mid-film. The same button allows you to erase photos you've taken when looking at your camera roll. The disp dot button tells you what settings you have on while in movie mode. The Q button lets you select different things to change about the camera while in any of the manual change modes. Q also lets you change things while having the display stuff open. The things in the arrow position are to navigate around while using Q and looking at your camera roll. The blue play button is how you look at your camera roll. If you press the menu button, that lets you change a lot about the camera and also lets you format the SD to change the quality. And you can also make it take photos in monochrome and many other things. So as you can see, you can stop it making the beep to signify photos taken. You can change the amount of time the photo you just took stays on your display for. But that's all for the menu. You can do much more, but I can't get photos of the other tabs. So this is what the camera shows when you're in manual. Sorry for the weird change in photos, by the way. So you can see the 1 out of 100. That is the shutter speed. It's taking it as a 100th of a second. The f or 0.5 is the f-stop, so how big the hole is, or is also known as aperture, so how much light it lets in. ISO is how bright the overall image is, and the more ISO, the less quality of the image. And if you're wondering, I'm pretty sure the M in the corner is showing you what setting you're using. Things on the side of the shutter speed are showing what is selected. Okay, so it's about to get kind of confusing. The one below shutter speed is the exposure level indicator, and it really surprisingly, it indicates the exposure level. So the AWB stands for white balance, and it's currently on ambience priority. The one to the left is picture style. The box that says one shot in it is to select the AF operation. AF equals autofocus, by the way. The rectangle to the right of that is currently on single shoot, but you can put it on multi-shoot or a timer to take multiple photos. It's useful for fast moving things, multiple shoot. Also, timer is for group photos, I guess. The half rectangle with half circles in it is metering mode, and the thing to the right that says RAW is displaying the image capture quality, and I'm guessing RAW means it's taking the photo normally, so no special lens. The lightning bolt with the up is showing that the flash is going to come up, and the thing with the box and the bars near the person is the auto lighting optimizer, and the thing with the Q in the bottom left is quick control icon, and obviously next to it is the battery. Anyway, that's all for the back of the camera, so next I'm going to talk about the attachments, and I think that's it for the video. So you'll be free of my voice and the risk of brain background music soon. Faster transition than usual, I know, but it's the last one, so we gotta hurry. So you're looking at the attachments currently, and here's what they're called. Okay, I know the stuff is pretty self-explanatory, but you never know. And the strap is used to hang the camera around your neck. You can change the length by using the adjustment strap. The USB-B cord is used to transfer your photos to the computer or whatever you want to store them onto. The battery is used to power the camera. The power cable is used to charge the battery with the battery charger. But yeah, I think most of that was common sense when you see what's laid out in front of you, but yeah. I think that should be a quiz for the things that I've shown you so far, so just pause if you want to see it. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so yeah, I mean, I hope you learned some of that, and yeah, that's it. Time for the credits. Also, sorry for the weird battery explanation.